Well, hey everybody, it's Chuck. Welcome back to the Cybertruck. Some guys at Cybergear sent me this refrigerator that is custom designed to fit in front of the console, which was probably one of the very first things I thought when I got my Cybertruck like a year and a half ago, is that the void in front of the console was just begging for the right accessory. Now granted, you don't need a refrigerator on road trips, except for you're going long road trips very often. You know, a little cooler's fine, but since we got 120 volt power, it just felt like a refrigerator was the best accessory for that spot. So I haven't installed this yet. I just got it yesterday. I'm not sponsored for this or anything like that. They sent me this, of course, at no charge, but I just wanted to show it to you and how it works. I haven't even opened the box yet. I just cut it open. And the first thing I see when I open it up, which was the most important thing I saw, is it looks like they've got modified trim pieces in here to help with this installation. Let me go ahead and take a few of these other parts out and we'll see how it's packed up nice and tight. It's obviously molded and it's a full piece of gear. This isn't just some a refrigerator that might fit. This is custom design. I'm gonna go ahead and set this on the ground and lift it up and we'll take a look at it up here at eye level. And that is everything. So it looks like we've got a piece of molding with the actual piece of the power connector in here, and it does have 110 on there, and this is an adapter. Will obviously go into here that fits on the back. Looks like we got a little bit of a rubber mat here to set something up on top, which is going to be great because forward of that console it will have a section. And let's see how it opens up. Okay, so it opens up this direction. And got a couple little trays in here. And the storage goes all the way underneath. So they have optimized this for the Cybertruck, which is exactly what I was hoping for in a piece of gear that fits in there. So I haven't installed this yet, so this is obviously kind of first run. But looks like we have a power and a temperature setting. Yeah, let's see if it fits. Hey everybody. All right, so the refrigerator comes with these instructions, and there's this section here that took me a little bit to figure out. So I figured I would document this on film, so those of you that decide to give this thing a try would understand what it's saying. So now here's a flashlight. So in the Cybertruck, there is this panel up here. It's carpet, and it goes all the way across. So it's this panel right here. So you just kind of get your fingers under here and you pull this down. It's got some clips and it doesn't look like I broke anything. And you kind of pull this out and you see how this is kind of coming off. You don't need to take it off completely. What you're after is this, the book calls it, take out the right side panel of the original vehicle. And it's this little picture right here. And this is the right side panel because the refrigerator is gonna slide in this way, and there's those trim pieces I showed you when I did the unboxing that are gonna go right here. This kind of takes your fingers, and you kind of gotta, okay, there, it popped up. There you go, popped up. Let's see how this comes out. I haven't done this yet. I just wanted to get the camera rolling. I'm not sure, hopefully this doesn't have to come out more than that. Here we go. Higher to get my fingers on there. I felt it that time. And a little bit further back. It's out. So this is the right side panel. See if I can jigger it out without having to move this completely out of the way. Is it out up top? All right. You still with me? I got it out. So that is the right side panel. And once you get this piece out, it says, you know, reinstall the protective panel below the glove compartment. That was this little piece of carpet. And oh wow, it just wants to go in. That's great. There's a little guide and a snap. And it's in. Might be another snap under here. There's an AC vent under here too. All right, that's in. That was probably the hardest part. Let's keep going. All right, the next part it says place the AC power. This is probably the coolest part so far. Now this AC power thing, this is what it comes in, and it's got a power cord here that it's gonna go to the back, and on the inside, it's got the plug for the refrigerator. And if you look on that little plug, it says fuse. So that's obviously a fused plug. And look how molded this section is in here. Look at this. It just goes perfectly in there. This is what I'm talking about, engineering the design. These ribs on the bottom even go right on top of those tracks perfectly. That is a molded fit for that power adapter, which is gonna maximize the space. It put most of the actual power adapter going in this useless little void under there. You know, whoever engineered that can probably make a ton of accessories just off of this piece, because now we've got power into that molding section, and this cord will go to the back seat. All right, everybody, I'm coming at you. It wants me to put the refrigerator in the right side, passenger side. So I kind of got to go nose in first, but wow, look how tight of a fit this is. All right, and it wants me to plug in this power cord into the back of this power adapter. So now that's plugged in, and see this little cord? This is for installation. It's gonna go in this little void here. So now it's plugged into the back of the power adapter, and now it wants me to position the refrigerator and push it into place from the right side, ensuring that the cables do not instruct. So we gotta kind of get it in there and kind of tug that cable in. Hopefully you can see this. I tried to put the camera in the best spot. Okay, now this cable down here needs to be kind of tucked in there. Got it. See this cable? It's like this. It's got to kind of go into this void and make sure it's plugged in. Got to get my little chargers out of the way. That's obviously going to need to be reworked a little bit. Let me see if I can pull this from this side now that I've got the cable out of the way. Oh, wow. Almost even snaps into place. Okay, so it has made its connection with the adapter. It goes all the way up to the front and all the way up against that plastic edge piece. Let's go see the other side. Okay, so here's the other side. There's our cable coming out of the power adapter, and this is before the trim goes in. And this is how tight it fits up in here. And I just noticed, look what we got. We got accessory USBs. There's one on this side and on the other side. And just for door clearance, look at that. That is engineered for this. Power, I think there's buttons on both sides. Yes, there are, there's buttons on both sides. We'll play with it a little bit later. I'm still getting it installed. All right, what do we gotta do next? Attach the included protective baffle. Okay, I got two pieces that came with it. Let's see which one it wants. Looks like it's doing both of them. Let's go this way. Ah, it's two pieces. So it's probably for injection molding purposes. This is a two-piecer now instead of the one-piecer I took out. So that goes in there, nice. It's got a little notch there so it holds it, doesn't slide around. How is that gonna go in there? Looks like I might need to do this one first. Oh, it doesn't go in as far as the other one used to. That's a good point. It doesn't go in, and then looks like there's a little plastic tab here. I don't know if that's part of it or not. It looks like there used to be one over there, but it's not intact. Okay, so this doesn't have any snaps on the top like it does on the bottom. So this is a protective baffle that goes over these little pieces of plastic. So I was expecting a click, but there is no snaps in here. It just kind of goes underneath that and it protects it. This little piece of, that makes sense now, but the bottom definitely has snaps that go into those holes. So this little piece up here does not fit as well as the original one did, because the original one went under here. And this little cutout for the carpet held it a little bit better. That is the only difference I'm seeing here, is that but the trim covers it up nicely. It doesn't snap though, so it's just a matter of getting it on as snug as you can and covering up that section there. Okay, the power cord comes from that lower section, and you got your bundled cord, and it just goes into the back. You tuck it down kind of by the tray, and then you bring it into the back seat through here. It's got a nice little gap through there, and you can see I've got a couple accessories here, my Starlink, a couple other things, but this outlet here is where it's gonna go. Now, this is gonna need some cable management, kind of tucking it up in here, but this outlet is where it plugs in. Okay, here it is from the driver's side, and you can kind of see how nice and tight it is in this trim setting, all the way up against. And then here's the power button, and obviously your outlets need to be turned on. That's a good point. So we got to go to outlets and mods. Outlets need to be turned on, and as soon as I turn the outlets on, I can press the power button, and there's the screen. It looks like it's got a, oh, this must have a protective coating on it. Looks like, yeah, look at that, okay. So it's got a nice little temperature display. There's my temperature. I can go all the way down to low, which is the max. Looks like a 20, but if I wanted to set it to 34 for a fridge, right there, so it's obviously got a freezer section, and it's currently 78. And inside, that's how it's accessible. Perfect use of that space. And they even wanted to remind you, you can set something on here. You know, if you got your phone, you know, or something, it's a great little section to set your phone. And actually, it came with something. There we go. It came with the rubber mat that you can set your phones on. A little bit of a grippy surface there. Temperature is already working, and that's it. That is the installation of the fridge. Let me open it one more time. What do you guys think? I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it. This is exactly what I was saying when I wanted an engineered fridge. I'll be gosh darn it if they didn't engineer that sucker to fit in the perfect spot for the void. Not gonna interfere with you driving. Uses that space down there. Nice job, Cybergear. What do you guys think? Well, that is the installation of the Glacier Cybergear refrigerator, designed to fit in the Cybertruck. It's got an LCD screen, uses 120 volt power that goes into the back, engineered to fit into this space that, to me, this point has just been a void. This is the only piece of trim that comes out. It's the right side passenger front trim that went around that console section. A couple clips, and if you can see here on this one, there were clips on the upper arm, and that trim piece that went in did not have those clips. So that would be the only improvement I would say, is that upper arm needs some clips to go in there a little bit tighter. And if Cybergear wants to talk to me about that, we can work through that together. What do you think? These are probably not going to be on sale. These are brand new. There is going to be a link in the description for this refrigerator where you can get yours. If you don't know how to find it on their website, it's brand new. They're probably going to be out of stock. But if you need a refrigerator, you like to road trip, or possibly even a diabetic that needs, some place to keep insulin cold, obviously we have the constraints of the outlets and the outlet power, but Tesla has been working with us on improving that. You know, you got to turn that outlet on, and it won't stay on forever, but it does have some improvements to the way they turned it off for us a little while ago. In any case, let me know what you think in the comments below. Hopefully this was helpful, and it's a good piece of gear. This might be my second favorite accessory so far. Still, my favorite is that rear view camera. Have a great day, everybody.